The basketball world is ablaze with excitement as Caitlin Clark has just been crowned the #1 player in history. In a sport filled with legends, Clark's rise to the top is nothing short of extraordinary. Her electrifying performances, combined with an unparalleled ability to dominate the game, have redefined what it means to be the best. This moment marks a turning point in basketball history, as Clark's achievement forces us to rethink the standards of greatness. As she steps into the spotlight, the impact of her legacy is already beginning to ripple through the sport, inspiring a new generation and sparking intense debate about what it truly means to be the greatest of all time.
The Indiana Fever will select Caitlin as a #1 pick in the WNBA draft. And get this, guys. Okay, she was in the second grade, and she said her teacher handed out these sheets with little bubbles, and they were told to put in their goals and their dreams. Caitlin Clark wrote in the second grade, dreaming of playing one day in the WNBA, and her mama still has that sheet.
Caitlin Clark's recent crowning as the #1 player in history has sent shockwaves through the world of basketball. It's a title that carries immense weight, one that has sparked celebration, debate, and reflection on the evolution of the sport. To understand the magnitude of this moment, it's essential to delve into Clark's journey, her impact on the game, and what this accolade means in the context of basketball's rich history. Caitlin Clark's rise to the top has been nothing short of meteoric. From her early days as a high school phenom to her dominance at the collegiate level, Clark has consistently shattered expectations.
When they played LSU, but she's phenomenal. I'm going to go on the record and say she's the best female collegiate player ever.
Ever? Well, I don't know about you. Have you heard of Cheryl Miller,
ever.
Maya Moore?
I said what I said. Ever.
Diana Taurasi?
I said what I said.
No disrespect.
Listen,
Caitlin Clark is amazing.
This is my opinion.
Candace Parker? Nobody's ever shot it like her. No, she's like Steph Curry.
Yeah. Listen, I ain't disrespecting nobody. It's just my opinion, and I ain't going to change it. How about that?
Her playing style is a unique blend of precision, athleticism, and a deep understanding of the game. Whether it's her three-point shooting, her ability to orchestrate the offense, or her knack for delivering in clutch moments, Clark has proven time and again that she's a once-in-a-generation talent. But what truly sets Clark apart is not just her skill set, but the way she approaches the game. There's a certain poise and confidence in her play that has captivated fans and critics alike. She plays with a sense of purpose, as if she's always 2 steps ahead, anticipating the next move before anyone else on the court even realizes what's happening. This basketball IQ, combined with her physical gifts, makes her a nightmare for opponents and a dream for coaches. Clark's journey to becoming the #1 player in history has been marked by numerous milestones. At every stage of her career, she's faced challenges and surpassed them with flying colors. In high school, she was already being compared to some of the greats, and by the time she reached college, it was clear that she was destined for something special. Her ability to elevate her game when it matters most has been a hallmark of her career. Whether it's hitting a game-winning shot or leading her team through a tough stretch, Clark has consistently delivered in the most crucial moments.
Well, I think there's pros and cons to both sides, and that's what made the decision so difficult. It was almost a win-win, but at the same time a lose-lose because I was giving up something, and I'm just kind of ready for the next chapter and a new challenge in my life. But I think the reason I decided to announce it when I did was just to have that closure, especially going into senior night.
The statistics alone paint a picture of a player who is unparalleled in her generation. She's broken records, set new standards, and consistently been at the top of the leaderboard in almost every significant category. But statistics only tell part of the story. What makes Clark's achievement even more remarkable is the context in which it has occurred. She's not just playing the game, she's redefining it. In a sport that has been dominated by legends like Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, and Maya Moore, Clark's ascent to the top is a testament to her extraordinary talent and hard work. But it's also a reflection of how the game itself has evolved. The women's game today is faster, more physical, and more competitive than ever before. The players are more skilled, the teams are deeper, and the level of play has reached new heights. In this environment, for Clark to be recognized as the greatest is a statement not just about her abilities, but about the future of the sport. Her impact extends beyond the court. Clark has become a cultural icon, inspiring a new generation of players who see her as a role model. She's shown that it's possible to be both an elite athlete and a leader, both on and off the court. Her presence has brought more attention to women's basketball, drawing in fans who might not have otherwise been interested in the sport. In many ways, Clark is not just the face of the game today. She's shaping its future. But with such an accolade comes the inevitable comparisons. Is Caitlin Clark truly the greatest player in history? It's a question that has sparked intense debate among fans, analysts, and former players. Some argue that her dominance in today's game is unmatched, that she's taken the sport to places it's never been before. Others point to the legends of the past, players who paved the way for Clark and whose contributions to the game are still felt today. The comparison game is tricky. Each era of basketball has had its own challenges, its own style of play, and its own standout players. The legends of the past played in a different context, facing different kinds of competition and under different rules. Players like Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, and Tamika Catchings were pioneers, breaking barriers and setting new standards at a time when women's basketball was still fighting for recognition. Their contributions laid the foundation for the game as it is today, and without them, it's hard to imagine someone like Clark reaching the heights she has.
She's incredible. I mean, especially to the exact shot that she broke it. I mean, I think that pretty much sums it up, right? Just pulling up from basically half court. But I love it. It's so good for the game. It's really cool to see somebody just not be afraid of the moment, and just excited for her. And who knows? You know, everyone's trying to figure out she's coming out or she's staying put. But you know, if I'm Iowa, I'm going to throw the kitchen sink at her for sure.
Yet, what makes Clark's achievement so significant is that she's not just following in the footsteps of these legends. She's blazing her own trail. She's taking the game to places even they couldn't have imagined, pushing the boundaries of what's possible and setting new standards for future generations. In this sense, her crowning as the #1 player in history isn't just about her individual talent, it's about the culmination of everything that has come before her and the new path she's creating for those who will come after. It's also important to consider the broader impact of Clark's recognition. In a world where women's sports still struggle for the same level of attention and respect as men's sports, Clark's achievement is a powerful statement. It's a reminder that women's basketball is just as exciting, just as competitive, and just as worthy of recognition as its male counterpart. Clark's crowning is a victory not just for her, but for the entire sport, a sign that the game is finally getting the respect and attention it deserves. However, with this recognition also comes pressure. Being named the #1 player in history is an incredible honor, but it also sets the bar incredibly high. Clark now carries the weight of expectation, with every move she makes scrutinized and every performance judged against the lofty standards that have been set for her. It's a burden that few athletes have had to bear, and how Clark handles it will be a key part of her legacy. So far, all signs suggest that Clark is more than up to the challenge. She's shown time and again that she thrives under pressure, that she embraces the big moments rather than shying away from them. But as her career continues to unfold, it will be fascinating to see how she navigates this new chapter. The showdown between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese became one of the most talked about moments in college basketball history. Caitlin Clark's millionaire lifestyle includes living in a luxury home, driving expensive cars, and enjoying designer clothes. She often takes lavish vacations, attends exclusive events, and hosts high-profile gatherings, reflecting her success and wealth.
I'm wearing Armani dress, Versace shoes, Versace bag, Tiffany bracelets, and Tiffany necklace, Cartier earrings.
Here's a moment when Caitlin Clark is seen wearing high-end brands, demonstrating her refined taste and preference for luxury fashion.
I went with Prada. I think Prada's like very me, very like, I don't know, I'm a pretty simple girl, but Prada's never dressed a WNBA player or NBA player for the draft, so it's very fun. Got the simple white and then sparkly on the inside, but yeah, really fun. Got the bag, got the slick shoes, so yeah.
Caitlin Clark has been making history both on and off the court.
Caitlin Clark is making history both on and off the court. The 22-year-old athlete stepped out in a monochromatic Prada set for the WNBA draft, making her the first athlete the Italian luxury fashion house has dressed, male or female, for the NBA or WNBA draft.
Great day for some golf. I never golf this early in the morning.
She grew up in Des Moines, where she spent countless hours playing golf and honing her skills on the local courses.
I grew up in Des Moines and I played there a ton. And honestly, I try to get back there as much as I can to play with my family. My dad plays a lot, my older brother plays a lot. So, you know, it's super fun. Today we're here, Finkbine Golf Course, 2v2 scramble, me and Spence versus Will and Kate. Me and Spence obviously gonna win, so here we go. We're very competitive people. We love to compete, whether it's on the basketball court or if it's out here. I think it just adds a fun element to golf.
People who know Caitlin often say that she is incredibly goofy and always making jokes, bringing a lighthearted vibe to any situation.
They would probably just say I'm like super goofy. Like I just make like, I don't know, jokes all the time. And I don't think people always understand that. Like when I'm on the court, like I'm competitive, I'm like passionate.
When she's off the court, Caitlin understands that life is about more than just basketball.
But like when I'm off the court, like I understand like there's more to life than just basketball, and you like get that. Like there's more to life than wrestling. Like just understanding that and enjoying every single day. And like as you know, college goes fast. Like it can't be all serious all the time. So
Caitlin doesn't collect shoes, but she still owns a lot of them.
I don't collect. I have a lot of shoes. I have a lot of like kind of like trendy shoes, like Nike shoes. My mom gets mad when I buy new pairs, but like, here's the thing. My mom loves shoes too, so I probably get it from her.
Yeah, you do.
She says the shoes tie the outfit together. So I'm like, whenever she's like, Caitlin, you have to stop buying shoes. I'm like, Mom, you have no room to talk. And then she just laughs. But yeah, honestly, like we get a lot of shoes from Iowa, basketball and tennis shoes. So like, I don't need to buy shoes, but you know, everybody needs some good pairs of shoes.
What kind of shoes does Caitlin wear for basketball?
When you pick your shoe for basketball, do you go the Kobe's? Do you go the Jordans? What is your shoe?
Recently, KD's.
Okay.
His latest one, those were very comfortable. It was probably my favorite. They're almost like a mid-sole one, so they weren't low, but they weren't high. So like kind of protected your ankle a little more. I had quite a few pairs of those this year. It was really fun. I had a really good time. I thought I did a little better on the front nine. Wasn't as tired. Kind of got really tired on the back nine, but it was really fun. I appreciate all the Hawkeye fans that were out there today. A lot of people that support the Hawks, support women's basketball, so that was super cool to see. But just enjoying it because it's different for me. This is a little out of my comfort zone.
It's particularly special for Caitlin to face off against the Ryder Cup captain in a golf match, as it presents a unique opportunity to compete against a prominent figure in the sport.
So just tried to have fun with it, and obviously when you get to golf against, you know, the Ryder Cup captain, not many people get that opportunity, so it's pretty special.
What do you do outside of basketball?
Oh, well, during basketball season, I don't have a ton of time, but my favorite like spring, summer activity is golf.
Yeah, I love to go play.
I'm sure you're not competitive at all.
No, I'm not competitive at all. I obviously just like to do it because it's fun, and why else would I do it? I just love to go out there.
Yeah.
If I have a bad hit, I don't care at all. But no, I'm super competitive, and honestly, we have a couple other girls on the team that like to play, a couple coaches that like to play, managers, so it gets competitive. It's usually not like us just all going out there and shooting like our own score. Like it's like 2v2, like best ball. Like it's obviously going to be competitive in some way. So I would say that's like my favorite activity when I'm not in basketball season. I remember getting my first set of golf clubs for one of my birthdays when I was really young. My dad got it for me. It was an all pink bag, all pink clubs, and my dad would always take me when we were younger. I probably started playing golf when I was like 3rd or 4th grade. I mean, I was terrible. I couldn't hit it off the ground, but I loved doing anything that was competitive. So even though I was bad, I just kept really working hard at it.
What time's the alarm normally set for Caitlin Clark's world?
Well, during school, I'd probably get up like 8:30 every day. Depending on when I had class, I had 8 a.m.s twice a week. But other than that, probably 8:30. But now that I'm home and I have nothing, I've been sleeping until like 9:30 every day. I feel like
Embrace it while you can.
I feel like a bum when I get out of bed. I'm like, I wasted half the day, Mom. Why didn't you wake me up?
No, that's your body telling you need it. Trust me.
It's been good.
What is your favorite season and why?
Ooh, I'd go fall. Just because, you know, I love summer and I love winter, but just the two combined. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. Football, basketball is just starting up again. It's my favorite. Outside is just so beautiful. It's definitely my favorite.
Caitlin usually replies to her family's texts as quickly as possible, making sure to stay connected and maintain strong relationships despite her busy schedule.
I usually just text my family back as fast as I can, but other than that, like I usually am off my phone for quite a bit after the game because we have media and stuff like that. But I'm usually not in a rush to like respond to people and stuff.
You guys are all going to dinner as a team. Who are you waiting on the longest to get ready?
Honestly, Monica. She's kind of slow sometimes. Yeah.
If you had a hypothetical kid, who would you not let babysit that kid?
Hannah Stolke, for sure. A lot of people probably said me though, but I'm really good with kids. We have a lot of babies in the program. Coach Abby just had a baby, our strength coach did. And I love being around them. I take care of them, but I'm going Hannah Stolke.
Why is that?
Just kind of all over the place. Freshman, hasn't really figured it out yet. Probably one of the funniest people I've ever met. But with a kid, I don't know. I don't know.
Her satin miniskirt and jacket, bedazzled two-top, and black pumps were well received by many, including Caitlin's boyfriend, Connor McCaffrey. Responding to a fan on X when asked his reaction to Caitlin's slam dunk fit, Connor dropped 3 emojis, including the jaw-dropping and drooling face. Caitlin responded a simple teary-eyed emoji. The college basketball it girl was the #1 draft pick and was picked up by the Indiana Fever.
When she was younger, she was terrified of cats, often feeling uneasy around them and avoiding them whenever possible.
When I was younger, I was terrified of cats. Like, I can deal with them a little now.
A little.
I don't really love them anymore, but like, I do not like cats.
Why?
What freaks you out about them?
There was this really mean one on my street growing up. So like, its name was Jinx, and it was black with green eyes, and I just did not like that thing. So to my neighbors, if you hear this, I'm sorry. Like, Jinx just wasn't my favorite.
Jinx went missing. Like, we have no idea what happened.
So you tell all the roommates, no cats allowed, right?
Heck no. Like, my roommate, I'm roommates with Kylie, who's on our team too.
Yeah.
She would never get a cat. I think she knows I don't like cats. I'm a huge dog person.
Say, are you a dog person?
Huge dog person. We have a golden retriever at home.
Honestly, I watch a lot of golf. I think over the years, definitely Jordan Spieth's probably my favorite. Justin Thomas. On the girl side, I like Nelly Korda. She's really good. That's weird. It says like 180 for a second, and it goes to 144. If I had to pick a foursome for my team, I'd go Kate, myself, then I'd go probably Catherine Reynolds. She golfs. She's our director of basketball operations. And then I would probably go Coach Reina because she's pretty good at golf and she's super funny. So she'd be good entertainment on the course.
A lot of people, they now want cars from you. Will you be able to deliver?
Cars, because my Buick deal?
Yeah.
I don't know about cars. I was joking with one of our managers. I'm like, hey, I'm going to get you a minivan. I think you'd be really cute driving a minivan, but no, I wish I got a car. I got them all headphones, though, with my Bose deal, which was fun. They all love those. So we're all going to have matching headphones going to this tournament.
What shoe have you not rocked that you want to rock? You come back in, long game, in the locker room, you can crush any meal. What are you picking?
Chicken parm, pasta, and a big glass of chocolate milk.
Here's a list of the shows and movies Caitlin Clark watches on Netflix.
All right, your Netflix queues up. What are we watching?
Okay, so season 4 of You just came out. Outer Banks is about to come out, but also the new show about the PGA Tour is about to come out, where they were behind the scenes of the PGA Tour all of last year. So I'm super excited about that one on Netflix.
Outer Banks, isn't that like a romance?
Yes, it's a cheesy high school show basically, but that's kind of like what I like.
Yeah, well, we had Dawson's Creek. Did you ever hear that one?
I don't know if I've ever seen that, but like my favorite show of all time is One Tree Hill.
Oh, okay,
Did you
same
watch
thing.
that? Yeah, basketball. You got the love, romance, high school drama. I remember, like, that was my favorite show.
Love watching Netflix when I have downtime or just chilling. When I have time, like cooking meals at home or baking. You know, I grew up with my mom, who's a super good cook, so I learned some things from her.
Music.
Okay.
What are you bumping to when you're warming up?
Okay, this is probably gonna be surprising to a lot of people, but I go more like calm music when I'm like warming up because I'm already so like amped and juiced for the game that I don't need to keep adding to it. So I'm going more like calm music, like country music is usually what I pick. You know, it's not like super slow. It's not like I'm trying to go to sleep, but it's like, you know, you're not getting more amped than you already are.
Is there a food you have to like stay away from?
Honestly, not really. I'm not a very picky person. I don't like mushrooms. I don't like anything like super fancy. Like I kind of just like the basics, but I don't know. I'm not picky really. I'll eat basically anything.
We're not going to make it here unless you come and help us.
Yeah, I spoke with Caitlin last night, and I think just overall excitement. You know, I have been watching Caitlin play since she was an 8th grader, when I was coaching at the college realm and covering her games in college, and just an exciting time for me. Very excited to be working with her and this young team.
I think like part of my role is just getting to the open spots, and we have such a good offense that people find the open person. So to be that open person, you get excited. You get excited for the opportunity to shoot and score and be part of the momentum.
Fans witnessed a groundbreaking collaboration between 3 powerhouses in women's basketball: Stephanie White, Caitlin Clark, and Lexi Hull. In a surprise announcement that's already lighting up the sports world, these influential figures came together to reveal a major project. While the specifics are still under wraps, the trio hinted at something transformative that could impact the game, inspire fans, and potentially open up new opportunities for players everywhere. This unexpected alliance has everyone buzzing with excitement, waiting to see how White, Clark, and Hull will reshape the future of basketball together.
She's obviously called a lot of my games all throughout college, and I just think she has a really great basketball mind. I think she's done a great job calling college games. It's been great to see her on NBA games. I think what she's done is she's obviously, she's been a trailblazer, honestly. I think she's always been somebody that's been supportive of my game, and it's been fun to talk to her at shoot-arounds throughout my college career, and always been really supportive. And so I think the biggest thing is just it's fun to get up to go against her now for my first time after her calling a lot of my games. Now I get to play against her, so I think that's going to be a lot of fun for the both of us.
This collaboration could also bring innovation to how the WNBA is marketed and perceived. Women's basketball is growing rapidly in popularity, and fans are hungry for more coverage, deeper storytelling, and increased engagement.
Christy turns on loud music because I can't remember where we were going, but we knew the arena was going to be loud, and so she turns on this loud music, and Caitlin screams, she's like, "Can someone turn it off? It's giving me a migraine." And everyone's like, what? And Christy reacted and said, "What did you say?" And she repeated it. And all of us were just we were all dying, because if I would have said that, if anyone on our team would have said that and then been asked, "What did you say?" and you repeat it, no one else is repeating it, but she did. And it was the funniest thing. We're all rolling on the ground laughing.
White, Clark, and Hull, with their combined following, could lead the way in using social media, digital content, and events to connect with fans on a deeper level.
She's a student of the game. Yeah. She loves the game of basketball. She has been so great in how she's handled all of the attention. She just wants to play. She just wants to win. And I'm looking forward to coaching players like that and this young franchise, this young team, and taking our next steps.
They could launch a joint initiative that showcases behind-the-scenes glimpses of their training routines, game preparations, and personal insights, giving fans a closer connection to the players they admire.
Looking at all these things that people are talking about with Caitlin Clark, it's guys, chill out. She's going to be fine. Like, it's 2 games in. Are you kidding me? She's a student of the game. She got better every year. You're not going to just absorb all of the new information that's coming at you in 2 games, in 2 weeks. It takes time. And she will. I have no doubt about it. She's a student of the game. She continues to get better. And these are also points that coaches then address. Hey, let's continue to work on this. But it's really hard to work on some of those things in season. So this might be an off-season thing, right? Let's continue to play to our strengths. Let's find different ways to get the ball to our players. And then when we get time in the off-season, then we'll work on that next step or that next level.
This kind of outreach could also help in attracting a younger, more diverse audience, encouraging more young girls to see basketball as a viable and exciting path. A crucial impact of their collaboration could also be felt in the way it challenges traditional roles and expectations within the sport.
You know, I think the greatest thing is just, for me, having been a part of the WNBA for 25 years, having worked on both sides of it in the media and in the coaching realm, and being a player in this league as well. I mean, this is the moment that we've been waiting for. So I don't know if you prepare for it as much as you just embrace it, embrace where we are.
Women's sports have often been undervalued and relegated to the sidelines. But by uniting, White, Clark, and Hull are sending a message that women in basketball are here to make a lasting impact.
Not that I can think of during practice, but I mean, she'll just throw out comments that are just funny. Like, no one else is saying it but Caitlin.
This type of unity is not only powerful, but also necessary to break down long-standing stereotypes and biases. Their combined voices could influence league policies, set new standards for player support, and push for more inclusive representation.
I mean, it's so fun. It's so fun to have fans so engaged in a game, and I definitely feel like second half of the season, all of our shots, threes going up, fans are out of their seats and expecting it to go in. So that just feels so good to feel the confidence from them. But I would say I don't think there's extra pressure. I think it's just, it's so much more exciting. It's an exciting environment, electric environment, when you have fans so engaged.
White's experience, Clark's rising star power, and Hull's relatability create a unique blend that makes them formidable advocates for progressive changes within the league. On a larger scale, their collaboration could open the door for other athletes to form similar alliances, both within and outside of basketball.
Back-to-back Rookie of the Years with Aaliyah Boston. Kelsey Mitchell, I think, had the best year of her career. It's just an exciting roster. What an outstanding moment we have in women's basketball right now, and to come back and be a part of it in my home state with my home franchise, it's just a unique opportunity, and I'm so thankful and grateful for it.
As the trio demonstrates the power of unity, other players might feel encouraged to team up to tackle the issues they're passionate about. This could lead to a cultural shift in how players across various sports view their roles and responsibilities, moving away from an individualistic approach to a more collective one that emphasizes solidarity and shared goals.
The start of the season. I feel like people, once we found out we had the #1 pick, and once Caitlin declared, that kind of changed things, I think, for the city a little bit. People were just so excited to come support the Fever. We felt that in our preseason games. We felt that even on draft night, we filled Gamebridge, which felt crazy. Like, we're not even doing anything in Gamebridge, and people are excited to watch the screen and see who we draft. So I think it's been so awesome, and just the growth has been insane.
Such a shift could be instrumental in changing how sports leagues as a whole function, making them more player-centered and responsive to the needs and voices of athletes. Their announcement also comes at a critical time, as conversations about gender equality and inclusion are becoming central to sports discussions worldwide.
Think about the momentum moving forward, where we wanted this league to be and where we still aspire for it to go, and just embrace this moment, embrace this opportunity, continue to help this team, this franchise be better, position ourselves for success.
White, Clark, and Hull's collaboration could align with these movements, highlighting the importance of equal opportunities, pay equity, and respect for women's sports. They have the chance to amplify these issues and turn them into actionable goals, not just within the WNBA, but across the sports industry.
I mean, I don't think it's been too much of a change. I think it's all good things. I think, the biggest difference is walking through the grocery store in Indianapolis and trying to just go get some groceries and someone fist bumps me and says, "Go Fever." That's just a really cool environment, and it shows, the dedication of the fans and the fandom in the city. So that part's been awesome.
This could encourage young girls to dream bigger and pursue sports without feeling limited by societal expectations or barriers. By promoting stories of strength, resilience, and collaboration, they can inspire a new generation to view sports as an inclusive and empowering arena.
So before we continue, there is one thing I want to reset, that we want to reset, and it's the language being used around fans. Fever fans, Caitlin fans, new fans. That actually has to go.
Ultimately, the success of this collaboration will depend on how White, Clark, and Hull navigate their goals and engage with their audiences.